Welcome all my dear students to Sudharma's physics classroom. Today we are going to discuss the chapter force and pressure, and the topic for today is pressure in liquids. In the previous videos we have covered up to the pressure, the concept of pressure. We have defined pressure and we understood what is the unit of pressure and what are the real life applications of pressure, right? And we did some questions also how to solve numerical on pressure. So today we are going to discuss about pressure in liquids. Liquids also exert pressure. So what is pressure? Pressure is force by unit area. So how does this liquid exert pressure on other objects and on so normally when we keep a liquid in a container, so the fluid will be the liquid will be exerting pressure on the sides of that vessel. So we are going to understand a lot of interesting stuffs related with liquid pressure today. So now just let's take a tube, maybe a plastic bottle. See, today's discussion we have a lot of experiments with plastic bottle. Okay, you can try this at home and you can enjoy an understanding about liquid pressure. So you take a tube, open on both the ends, and on one of the ends you're going to tie a balloon. Okay, so we have a pipe or a tube, or even you can take a plastic bottle, cut on both the sides. One side definitely it will be open, right? We just open that lid, and at the other side we just cut that side and tie a balloon on the other side. So slowly you're going to pour water into that. So slowly when you pour water into that, you can see that the balloon starts bulging, right? So if you pour only a small amount of water, the bulging will be less. If you pour more and more amount of water, you can see the balloon just starts expanding bigger. So what we have to understand here is, initially the pipe was open and that pipe contains air. Okay, so in that we are pouring some liquid, that is water. We are using water because it's easy to handle and it's very convenient to use water. Any liquid we can try, it's not only water. Okay, because water is very much attached to our real life, so we can use water, easily available, we can handle it very easily. So that makes doing these experiments very funny and very interesting. Okay, so you pour water into that. So what happens is, depending on the amount of water, depending on the length of the water column inside this tube, the pressure exerted on this balloon will be different. And as I said, when you pour more and more water into that, you can see the size of the balloon keeps on increasing. That means the pressure exerted by the water on the balloon is increasing. So here the height of the water column is more, the length of the water column is more, so the balloon is at a depth. Compared to the first situation, the balloon is at a lower depth. The depth from the level of the liquid is more, so the pressure is more in that case. Okay, so what do you understand from this experiment? Liquids can exert pressure in the downward direction. Okay, so liquid exert pressure in downward direction. So you try this experiment, you can try with different diameter tubes. You can take a narrow tube, you can take a wider tube, try all those things. Especially during this lockdown, it is very interesting to do all these things, right? Instead of watching TV and watching cartoons, let's do something interesting. Okay, so try this. Another thing you can do with plastic bottle is, you take a plastic bottle, you can take the mineral water bottle or juice bottle, just at the almost at the bottom of the bottle, you just make an opening. Into that you can insert a straw. Okay, straws will be available easily at home, right? All of you will be having the straws and these bottles. So on that end of that straw you're going to insert a balloon. Okay, so again you're going to do the same type of experiment. Here we are going to slowly pour water into the bottle. So once this water reaches into this tube, right, it enters into the straw because there is an opening into that. So water starts entering into this balloon. Now we are continuously pouring water. So observe the size of the balloon. Okay, observe the size of the balloon. You can see that the size of the balloon getting increased. So how it is happening? We have kept the balloon at almost at the bottom of this vessel, so that we can pour water to the up to the brim, and we can try how much ever maximum pressure we can exert on that balloon. Okay, so try this experiment also. So here we have not kept this balloon at the bottom of this container, or not at the bottom of this plastic bottle. We have kept it at one of the sides of this balloon. You can try by inserting more balloons, right? So you can insert another balloon here, right? You can just put an opening here and insert a balloon. So when you pour water, that will be more interesting to see. You can try on the other side also. Here also you're going to put a balloon. So what happens is, when you pour water, you can compare all these balloon size, how it is increasing. Interestingly, you will be able to see that the size of the balloon at the bottom of this vessel, or bottom of this plastic bottle, it will be more compared to the others. The liquid level is the same, but pressure will be different at different height. So with a single experiment, we can try different things. We can understand different concepts. So from here, what I want to convey is, the liquid can exert pressure sideways. Liquid exert pressure on the sides of the container. So two properties of liquid pressure we have understood already. Liquid exert pressure downward, liquid exert pressure sideways. Clear? So these are important properties of pressure exerted by liquid. Okay, so hope you will all try this experiment. It's very interesting to do, and hope your comments in the comment box after the result. You all have to answer that in the comment box. Okay, now we're going to understand the variation of liquid pressure with depth. In this previous experiment, I told you we can put a straw and the balloon at different height and try. And if you do that, you will clearly observe the size of the balloon is more at the bottom of the container, and the size of the balloon comparatively it will be lesser at this height. That means these balloons we have connected at different depth from the liquid level. We have to use the word depth. Okay, if you use the word height, then you may get confused, because height normally we measure from the bottom, right? We have to say the liquid depth of the liquid column. So from the level of the liquid, right, wherever is that liquid is at the brim, then we can just measure it from the top layer of the liquid to the bottom. So that gives you the depth of the liquid column. Okay, so another experiment we can try here is, we have two flasks, one beaker and a conical flask. We have liquids with in different levels. The amount of liquid is different in these two cases. Okay, so in one of them, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to make holes on the same height. Say I'm going to make holes at same height. So if you make hole, what happens? The water will be coming down, right? So water just comes down into the same level. Okay, so what we have done is, we have put holes on the same height of this vessel. So the water level reaching, that will be it will be in the same amount with same pressure. So this shows that liquid pressure at a height is constant. Okay, liquid pressure at a particular height or at a particular depth is constant. So that is what you can see in this picture also. Liquid exert pressure, equal pressure at the same depth. Okay, so this when you do this experiment, you have to make sure you are making holes at the same depth from the top layer of the liquid. If there is a slight change in the level, then one of them will move with more pressure and the others will move with less pressure. So you can see it is covering the same distance throughout this vessel. Okay, another thing you can do is just make a hole here another one here, here, and here. All these experiments you can do at home. You don't need a conical flask or a beaker. You can try all these with your used use and throw the water bottles. Like juice bottles will be available, right? Just use all of them instead of simply throwing into the dustbin. You can experiment on that. There are many experiments we can do with water bottles. So here what happens is, when you observe this, the water coming from this, right, this will be more. Here it comes less, and here it will be very less. This is what you can observe. Okay, so try this experiment also. It's very interesting to do this. Through doing that experiment, you're going to understand a very important scientific principle. Water pressure at depth is more. When the depth of this water is increasing, the pressure will be more. Okay, so more the depth, more pressure applied by the liquid. Okay, so where do we see this in real life? Why where the pressure exerted by this liquid at depth is more? Maybe if you have seen dams, if you got a chance to go to the dams, the dams at the base, the dams will be very wider compared to the top level. The bottom part of the dam is going to be wider. Why? Dams have wider base. Why? In dams we have water stored to a height, right? Water stored to height, we are just stopping the flow of a river, natural flow of a river, and we are stopping water there. So water will be stored at a very huge height. So when you measure the depth of this water from here, right, this is the water level. So when you reach to the bottom of this dam, the pressure, as per our understanding now, the pressure exerted by a liquid at bottoms, right, when it is greater depth, the pressure will be more. So the water at this bottom level of this dam, it will be exerting more and more pressure into this dam, into the constructed dam. So we have pressure is equal to force divided by area. So more the area, less pressure, right? So liquid exert pressure throughout the walls of the container. So here we can say container is not there, but the walls of the dam acts like the walls of that container, right? So the liquid will be exerting pressure on the walls of this dam. So if you have more area, that pressure exerted, that will be distributed over a larger area. Okay, so otherwise, if this dam has a narrow base, see, throughout this, if it has only a single width, what happens is at the bottom of the dam, more pressure will be exerted and the dam will collapse, because it's going to be a huge force applied on that smaller area. Okay, so this is the reason dams will have wider base. Okay, so coming to a conclusion of this, we have learned that the liquid will be exerting pressure in the downward direction. Liquid exert pressure sideways, and at a particular height, the pressure exerted by the liquid will be same, equal in all the directions, and water or liquids will exert pressure in all the directions of this container. Okay, and when the depth increases, depth means from the top layer of the liquid we have to measure downward, right? So when the depth increases, then the pressure will be more. Hope all of you will be doing these experiments after the class. Okay, expecting your comments in the comment box. So pressure can be measured using manometer. Okay, the instrument used to measure pressure, liquid pressure, is manometer. So hope you enjoyed today's class and you understood the concept of liquid pressure. And in the next class, we will be discussing about atmospheric pressure. Many more interesting things to come along with this concept of atmospheric pressure. So stay tuned for the next video. If you are seeing this video for the first time, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you get the updates on the new videos. Okay, so do the experiment. Don't forget to do the experiment. You all will have plastic bottles at home. Try all those experiments. It's very easy to do. Okay, so thanks for watching. See you in the next class with the interesting topic on atmospheric pressure. See you soon. Bye.